That's Malju. We use it.
Malju. People
Yeah.
say Malju, but it's Malju. Bad eye.
Right.
And the only way you could get rid of that, people is what you call jari. The jari with two sets of things. People have the idea about jarring with a broomstick, with a terrier, with the water in it, with a little bit of oil, etc., and so on, and with some prayer.
The people who, so this is the people who did this jarring. Who was it? Like, was it Pandit, a normal person?
No, there were people who were connected to pundits who knew about these things, who presumably knew about it, and these people learned.
You want to come a little closer? Come a little closer to him, huh?
The jarring I telling about.
Oh, yeah.
That's not obvious.
He now mentioned the jarring, but if somebody is sick, like let's say I was young during that time and the jarring didn't work, would the parent be inclined to go to the person in the village who might be a man or a woman?
No, I think that the last resort there was the hospital.
Right.
The last resort there,
The hospital.
it wasn't for the Obiaman and so on like that. The only time that the Obiaman and them came in is on relationship. When this fellow want to put a little hex on the other fellow thing, or want to get the fellow wife, or the fellow want to get the other one, and this is kind of thing, they say, look, they put Obia on me.
Right.
That's the reason I'm behaving like this. That reason why she left him, or he left her, and so on like that. That is where the Obia came in.
Came in, yeah.
And you also use the Obia in the other sense, the positive sense, that if the husband is going astray, they will work Obia on his head to come back and stay home instead of go out. So that is where the Obia that we know that is practiced.
Now,
Jari was
Jari was
very true. We have experience with it.
yeah.
now tell me about the race relations when you all were growing up.
But let me carry the Jari into a little further extent. My friend was Dr. Paul Tilagdari. When he had patients who really get in trouble and he couldn't find out, he said, you know what, boy, this person needs Jari. Go and get somebody to Jari. A doctor, a medical doctor.
Right. That's shows how strong the belief was in
Yeah,
it.
it would be very, very strong.
When you all were growing up in the village, children, teenagers, when you attended the Canadian Mission School, when you attended church, not just the school, but the church, were there children of different ethnicities? And why I ask that is that were there children of African descent, long time used to call them the Negroes, were there maybe children of the planters? Where did the children of the planters go to school? Right? So this is what I want to know. The ethnic composition of these Canadian mission schools.
Well, everybody was in the Indian mostly and the African and the
And we had the only school we
The
had.
only school they had here were three schools. One, higher up you had Cartel RC. Down here you had some Hill, that is Mount Pleasant government, and lower down St. Margaret you had St. Margaret's government. Point up here had a government school, but that was neither here nor there. They had about 80 children. But Union Presbyterian was the school. There were quite a lot of all the villagers.
Planters.
And the planters' children, whoever you are, I think that they had a confidence to send the children to school there instead of the government or the Roman Catholic school.
What was the reason for them to say, you know what, we have a choice of three schools, Roman Catholic and government and Canadian Mission Presbyterian. But what made them feel the education was better or the children felt safer? What special?
All right, I will tell you that from my point of view, I don't know what you would have, but most of the Indians went to the Presbyterian school. And most of the Africans, so the Catholic, went to Cartel RC, which is way up in the hill and very hard to go and so on like that. And the government school with the Sumsum Hill, Mount Pleasant area and so on like that, Carolina area and so on, they had a splattering of more, but I think it was more mixed.
Yeah,
But the CM school the population here had a confidence that quite a lot of Indians are going to this school. And I believe that that was one of the reasons why you had a concentration of the whole village of Indians wanting to go, because their friends will be Indians. When they eat, it is the food cooked by the mothers and fathers.
Right.
You know, I mean, you could tell that when you ask the Indian fella, what you bring today, boy? Roti and pumpkin, roti and bhaji, roti and whatever. And you ask the African fella, he said bread and something, you know. So
Right.
immediately there was a distinction.
Did you all have children of Chinese descent? Because I know
Yeah.
every village had a little
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, we had the Chinese
St.
from down the
Margaret's,
road,
yeah.
St. Margaret's,
Yeah, they're very
but
few.
scarcely.
Right, right. Now tell me how race relations was in the village during the 50s when elections started to heat up. This is the time with Eric Williams and Badi Sagan Maraj. And I want you all to tell me who the Indians supported. You know, like when I mean Indians, not generally, but as you would know, a lot of Muslims supported the PNM. So tell me how the Christians, and when I mean Christians, I mean Christians who were Catholics, Christians who might have been evangelical, Presbyterians, what parties they talked about. Were they attracted to Eric Williams? Were they attracted to Badi Sagan Maraj? Because you know he had the PDP and the PNM, and then later on Kapil Dev came. But tell me what was the life, the political